Our first encounter was rather complex. It dates back to one morning while having sex. 2 toddlers in tow, opportunities were rare, so Saturday mornings kicked off with a flare. Caillou on the tube, kids happy as a clam, but outside their window, Sara was in a jam. Seems she left her house quite unprepared, and to her dismay, Buster had shared. A lesser person would have just walked away, but not Sara. Not on this day. To her door she marched, in total dismay, intent on removing the puppy chow puree. Throughout the house, the doorbell rang, and up from the couch, 2 girls sprang. Right on their heels, catching a scent, was Elsie the dog, with predacious intent. Upstairs in the room we aimed to complete. By now it was obvious we must accept defeat. For downstairs below, a voice could be heard, and what happened next was very awkward. Cujo had escaped through a crack in the door and leapt upon Buster, pinning him to the floor. Screams sounded out throughout the Gold Coast. Poor old Buster had become Elsie's toast. I rushed to get dressed and contain the melee before poor Buster became Elsie's prey. And to my surprise, screaming just beyond my door, was a striking woman I had never met before. Who was this new neighbor? Could she really be the female version of little old me? She was fit, outspoken. She was fit, outspoken, and hot as could be. And that's just the beginning of the similarities. Puppygate passed over and a new era dawned. Sara and I formed a very special bond. So close are we now, some might opine, that oil on water mixed just fine. Over time I was welcomed into her brood, and I found it not a place for the meek or the prude. It's a great existence when she's in the mood, once you get past her attitude. So dear is our friendship that I told her so, only to find out she thought I was a schmo. It was Gail, in fact, that she adored, and she expressed her amazement at how I had scored. So I leaned back in my chair and I closed my eyes, and I imagined Sara's voice, her whiny cries. Did she just say that? Well, I'm not surprised. Her unabashed candor can polarize. But that's not how I describe my friend and my neighbor. Her lack of discretion I won't belabor. For I myself have come to realize that there's much more to this person. You can see it in her eyes. She's funny and she's quirky in an honest way, and never short on thoughtful things to say. Truth is, she's like family, someone I truly adore. Whether she feels the same about me, well, I'm really not sure. But that's not important, thanks to my wife. I'll always have Sara Wallace in my life. With no doubt whatsoever, and so here I declare, with no doubt whatsoever, that Sara's friendship is one I'll cherish forever. Oh.